Well, good morning, everyone. And how are you? Once again, welcome to another live this morning. We appreciate you on the Doctor is In podcast and Facebook Live. And let's see, can we say hello to a few friends before we get started this morning? Brahim, my friend. Lynn from Aurora, right at the top. Lynn, how are you? Mike from Norland. Brahim showing me we're going to talk about coffee this morning. Jude, Troy, New York, how are you? And Rosalinda from the Kidneys of Canada, Niagara Falls. Sandy, Fergus Falls, Minnesota. Nellie, Kevin from Oshawa. Jude, Copy, Nativity, and Janice, Brampton, good morning. Sandy from Vancouver, Washington. Gotta be bright and early there this morning. Fran in Orangeville, Nick from our staff, Madeleine, Donna Parkhill, Cecilia, and Shauna, and Gail from Saskatchewan, Melika from Stouffville. Darlene, how are you? And Sherry, happy Tuesday to you. Jill, Medicine Hat, Alberta. Maria from Portugal. Dorothy, how are you? Gary from Bolton. There's my friend Dr. McEwen in West Tennessee, how are you? Sue, how are you? I missed somebody there. Shelley. And Dave, good morning. And Lisa Marie. And Donna from Newfoundland. Oh, 3 or 4 went right by me, guys, real fast. I couldn't see them. Yvonne, Petawawa. I don't know why that happened, but it did happen. Eileen from Brenton, how are you? Lori, Cambridge, good morning to you. John, there he is from Elgin, Illinois. Madalena, Laval. Heather, Rain Cloud, how are you? Mary, Miramachi, I wanted to say. Judy, Denise, Oakville, good morning. Nativity saying hi to Maria. Laurie from Alberta. Brenda, how are you? Mara, we appreciate you guys. Hi, Karen. Karen is from Sault Ste. Marie. Mary, Gander, Newfoundland. How are you? Yvonne, Wanda from Virginia. And Karen, good morning from Peterborough. Cindy, Saskatchewan. Dave from Muskoka. Mary, good morning. Clinton, Sheridan, Wyoming. And Luella from West Tennessee. Dorothy, Rhode Island. Okay. Guys, sometimes it just scrolls past me. Can't see it. Brenda from Sudbury. Where's that? And somebody saying happy birthday to Gina. Hi, Carol. Maria and Marianne from London, Ontario. Kathy, Port Perry. I know where that is. Carol, up in the clouds. And Dave from Gilmore. Good morning to you. And Patricia saying hello. Jeanette, how are you? Okay, guys. We're going to talk about coffee. Have you ever heard of it? Did you know that it is one of the greatest multivitamins you can take? Hi, John. How are you? Okay, now. Okay. Somebody asked me this question. Dr. Martin, well, I got asked this question 10,000 times, but I'm going to repeat it. Dr. Martin, isn't coffee acidic? Yeah. Yeah. It's acidic. So what? Okay. Because people, they lump in this food and drink. as acidic. Okay, so red meat is acidic. So what? What's that mean? Right? Coffee, acidic. So what? What's that mean? Right? Vitamin C, guys. The other vitamin C. Ascorbic. What's the second word? Ascorbic acid. Right? It's ascorbic acid. Vitamin C. Why is that bad for you? Okay? And the reason that happens is because people and even gurus in nutrition, so-called, if something is acidic, that changes the pH in your body to acidic. That is nonsense, guys. It's patent nonsense. Your body has a buffering system. When you drink coffee, your body turns it alkaline. Okay? Now, let me talk to you about an acid that is found in coffee. Now, if you want a reference for coffee, I suggest you get the book Sun, Steak, and Steel. Okay? If you haven't got that book, you need to get it. Because I got all of that in here. Okay? Now, there's a compound in coffee called chlorogenic acid. Man, that's so good for you. Chlorogenic acid is a compound in coffee that is so good for you in a lot of ways. Okay? In a lot of ways. Specifically, you know what chlorogenic acid does in your body? Does a lot of things. Number one, it increases circulation. You want that. The more blood supply you have, the better it is. Think of your brain. You want blood supply. When the brain shrinks in Alzheimer's dementia, there's a real lack of blood supply there. You want blood supply. Okay? Your heart, you want blood supply. Your little capillaries behind your eyes, you want blood supply. Chlorogenic acid helps with blood supply. 1. 2, it helps with stem cells. Okay? What are those? Well, stem cells are very, very important for your body in regeneration. Your body regenerates all the time. Even if you're 80 years old, there's still regeneration going on in your body at the cellular level. And you want that. Chlorogenic acid helps stem cells. They help repair. 2. 3, chlorogenic acid helps your microbiome. I've talked to you about this before, guys. Coffee is so good for your microbiome. It feeds your good bacteria. You know how, you know, like out in the world out there, what do they say? You need fiber. Why? Because fiber will feed your good bacteria. Well, not like coffee does. Not like chlorogenic acid does. When you drink a coffee, think of your microbiome. They're being fed. They like it. It's fertilizer for your good, friendly bacteria. Chlorogenic acid. Okay? Do you know that coffee helps your telomeres? You know what telomeres are, right? You got telomeres, little wick-like substances, okay, on your DNA. And you got the longer your wicks, the better it is for your body. And chlorogenic acid helps your telomeres. It helps your wicks. You got a longer life candle. Think of a wick, a candle wick, right? The longer that wick is, the longer the candle will burn. True or false? Yeah. Coffee helps your telomeres. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that great? Do you know that, and I brought to you this many a time. Coffee, and I said this probably on my radio show 25 years ago. Coffee acts like metformin. What does metformin do? It's a medication with lots of side effects. I'm not saying if you're a diabetic and you're taking metformin, you'll never hear Dr. Martin telling you to get off metformin. I won't do that. I'm not your family doctor, but I'm giving out information here. And study after study has shown, if you drink coffee, it acts like metformin to regulate your blood sugar. This is why I've always told my patients when I was in practice, I told my radio audience, and I've told my podcast audience, drink coffee with a meal. Why? It will help to stabilize your blood sugar. Now look, you can't out-coffee a bad diet, okay? So let's get that straight. Coffee's good for you, but you're not gonna, I'm just gonna drink coffee and eat anything I feel like. Well, don't do that. You know that. I never promote that. I never promote, I look at coffee as a supplement, guys, okay? That's so enjoyable. I'd say, thank you, Lord, for giving us such a gift and making it so good for us. Okay? Coffee, okay? If you were reading my book, you'd read about chlorogenic acid. Do you know that coffee has a very high source of vitamin B6? I often tell you guys, you know this, I tell you all the time, what about B vitamins? Doc, should I take a B vitamin? Like a B complex? Well, you could. I'd rather you eat it. Right? I would rather you eat vitamin S to get your vitamin Bs. What? I would rather you eat vitamin S to get your B vitamins, to get a B complex. Eat a steak, you get a B complex, including B12. Okay? But niacin is found in coffee. Okay? That's, guys, it is so good for you. And, did I say niacin was B6 or B3? I can't remember what I told you guys. B3. Oh, I told you B6. I meant B3. I got my B's wrong. I always, at least 4 or 5 times a day, I pull out my senior card, okay? Hey, I'm a senior. No wonder I made a mistake. Here's my card. B3 is niacin, guys. I would have flunked my first day in nutrition if I didn't know that. Oh, I'm telling you, okay? Remember now. When I call coffee the real vitamin C, people get mad almost. Dr. Martin, are you kidding me? There's no vitamin C in coffee. Well, there is traces of it. But it's 500 times stronger than ascorbic acid. Chlorogenic acid is 500 times more powerful than ascorbic acid. And I'm not against ascorbic acid. I'm not against it. You want to have a fruit? You get ascorbic acid. You want to have a coffee? You get chlorogenic acid, which is a lot more powerful. And coffee's got 1,000 phytonutrients in it. Okay? It detoxes your liver. Wow. Okay? It detoxes your liver. What does B3 do? Niacin. Okay? Again, I would eat vitamin S to get niacin. Or drink coffee. Or do both. Better to do both. Eat steak and drink coffee. Because niacin really helps with fatty liver. Okay? And again, I'm not big on supplementing specifically with B3. I would rather you drink it. I would rather you eat it. Okay? And you know what else niacin does, guys? It elevates your HDL cholesterol. Why is that important? So when you're drinking coffee, okay? You're probably not thinking of this, but I want you to think about it for this morning. You're drinking your coffee. Your HDL is going up. Why is that so good for you? Because HDL, high density lipoproteins, okay? Oh, don't you hate medicine and their big words? Okay? HDL, high density lipoproteins. Guys, listen. Cholesterol, not a bad guy. You know that. Now, cholesterol is fat. Okay? It's fat. So you just can't float cholesterol through your blood. It needs to be broken down in little particles. That's why you get high density lipoprotein. It's a protein carrier that carries your cholesterol. Remember what cholesterol is: FedEx trucks, Amazon trucks, whatever trucks you like on the highways and byways of your blood vessels. Cholesterol is in your blood. No kidding. You can't live without cholesterol. And cholesterol are transporters. LDL cholesterol, which is supposed to be the bad guy, it's a carrier. HDL is on your side, guys. Why? Because it takes cholesterol unused and brings it back to the liver for processing. What a truck it is. And it takes triglycerides, fat balls, dangerous. You don't want high triglycerides. You want high HDL. Most people have it upside down. That's how it's one of the greatest, let me rephrase that. It is the tool that should be used by medicine to determine insulin resistance and dangerous lipids for heart disease. What are dangerous lipids for heart disease? High triglycerides and low HDL cholesterol and LDL too. Cholesterol's on your side, guys. As long as your triglycerides are not high and your HDL is high, triglycerides low, HDL high, you're in good shape. Not only with your insulin, but atherosclerosis too. Coffee helps to elevate your HDL. Who knew? Coffee is good for B3, niacin. Coffee is good for chlorogenic acid. It's so good for you. Coffee reduces. A lot of people take B3 for their blood pressure. Why not drink it? Why not drink niacin? Isn't it better? I love it. Okay. Guys, when, by the way, when Jacques Cartier's men got scurvy, okay, to my American friends, okay, let me tell you a little bit of a story of Canada, okay, and the guy who named Canada, Canada. You might not know this. It's part of our history classes as Canadians, okay? And there was a fella named Jacques Cartier that came from France, okay? And the problem he had is when he came across the Atlantic and came down the St. Lawrence River, you know what happened to him? Well, his men got scurvy, a lack of vitamin C, and 25 men died on the ship. And the indigenous people, the natives, they were very friendly. They made a tea. They should have made coffee, but they made a tea. No, true story. They didn't put ascorbic acid in there. What did they do? They made a tea of pine bark extract. And Jacques Cartier wrote in his annals that we no longer had scurvy. Not only that, we felt much better. And he wrote about it. Guys, he didn't take ascorbic acid. Well, there must have been some ascorbic acid in pine bark extract. But guys, the reason I tell you that is when you drink coffee, you got a multi-phytonutrient that does a lot of things. It is so wonderful. And guys, 50 years ago, I was telling people coffee was good for them. And you should see the pushback I got on that. And I still get today. I don't get as much, but I used to get a lot of pushback. Why? Coffee is acidic, Dr. Martin. Coffee is acidic. Coffee is a diuretic. No, it's not. No, it's not. And I push back, and I push back, and I push back. Coffee is anti-cancer. So when they say, well, coffee's acidic, that'll give you cancer, it's the opposite. Because again, your body has that buffering system. Your body releases sodium bicarbonate at the cellular level. You know what that does? That makes you alkaline. It makes you alkaline. Coffee is anti-cancer. Did they tell you to drink coffee at the cancer centers? Probably not. Coffee, by the way, has been proven. Let me just share this again because we talk about this a lot. You know me and fiber, right? It's overrated. Okay? You've heard it here. Fiber is overrated. I'm not saying you never have fiber. All I'm saying it's overrated. Like fiber's everything, says Dr. Kellogg's, so he could sell his cereal. But you know what the best thing for your bowel is? Not just your microbiome. You know what the best thing for your bowel is? Coffee. Not with sugar. Coffee. The best thing you can do for your gut. Good for circulation, good for your microbiome, good for your telomeres, good for your bowel, good for your liver, good for your heart, right? Coffee and heart disease. CNN, I'm reading from my book. Even CNN recently had a news article about coffee and its benefits in reducing your risk of stroke by 21% and heart attacks by 17%. Look what I wrote in my book. Friend, aspirin doesn't even promise that. You know how people take a daily aspirin? Right? And that's been debunked, by the way. Okay? That's been debunked. A lot of people still take an aspirin, but it's been debunked. And this is what the FDA said. The FDA said, not me, the FDA. The risk of aspirin outweigh the benefits of aspirin. Hey, the FDA said it. They said it. Coffee reduces your risk of heart disease. Why? Microcirculation, guys. Chlorogenic acid. Isn't it beautiful? Isn't it beautiful? Do you know that coffee is a very high source of quercetin? Who knew? I knew. Oh. Do you know that coffee helps your thyroid? Yeah. It boosts your TSH. Coffee's good for you guys. You know, it just because when I was reading an article on coffee and chlorogenic acid, I said, yep, they're finally catching up to the Doctor is in podcast. Finally. Okay? And coffee, my friend, is so good for you. Now let's talk about the sweet spot. Okay? This is, guys, again, I've been saying this for a long time, but research is really showing it. The sweet spot for coffee is 4 cups of coffee a day. That's the sweet spot. You want to have less? Okay. You want to have more? Not too much more. Okay. But the sweet spot, all the research, is 4 cups of coffee a day. Okay? Now, okay? People will ask the question, is decaffeinated coffee, a decaf, is good? Yeah, it's the bean, guys. Now try and get the Swiss water processed decaf. That's what I get. Swiss water decaf. Because there's no chemicals used to decaffeinate it. Okay? Decaf is very good for you. Everything I talk about in chlorogenic acid is found in decaffeinated coffee. So for you guys, some people, the caffeine bothers you. I get it. Almost on the day I turned 50, I couldn't have a coffee in the late afternoon or evening, like a regular coffee. I couldn't have it. I just couldn't do it because I'd be up all night. And I laughed because my neighbor, okay, comes over for a cup of coffee, and we have a coffee, and and this is him, okay, because he's a lot younger than me. He said, I can have coffee 5 minutes before I go to bed. I said, oh, good for you. Not me. I can't. The day he turned 50, he told me, he said, you know what? I can't have a coffee anymore. Anyway, okay? But guys, decaf is good. So here's the rule of thumb. The sweet spot for coffee is 4 cups of coffee a day. Okay? Answer your question. Decaf is very, very good for you. It has niacin, it has quercetin, it has chlorogenic acid, just like it ain't the caffeine, it's the bean. What's the best way to drink coffee? Black. It's the best. No milk, okay? You hear me? No milk. No sugar. And don't put because people ask me, Doc, can I have a sweetener in it? Like an artificial sweetener. No. Don't do it. What do I tell people? Like I used to tell my patients, suck it up, buttercup. You'll thank me later. Get used to it. You can put cream in coffee. You can put cream, not milk. Milk's too sweet, guys. You want fat, not... I like coffee black, and I had to get you... Guys, I used to put cream in my coffee. At 18 years old, I stopped putting sugar in my coffee. I was 18 years old. I just stopped, never did it again. Never put sugar in my coffee after 18 years old. I just stopped. And now, if my patients used to bring me a coffee, because they knew I loved coffee, and their intentions were good. They'd bring me a coffee at the office. Oh, Dr. Martin, I hear you love coffee. Here's a coffee. I'd say, what's in it? Regular? Sorry. I won't drink it. Oh, I like black, I said. I won't even drink it with cream. I don't like it. I used to put a little bit of cream in it. Now I can't even put cream in it. But the rule of thumb is this. 4 cups, that's sweet spot. Decaf, no problem. No sugar. Try and run away from artificial sweeteners. Don't do it. If you put a little bit of stevia, okay. Why do you want to ruin your coffee with stevia? Okay, now that's, God, you know what taste is like. Taste is very personal, right? It's very personal. I get it. Okay, we all got different fingerprints. You got a different fingerprint than me. But I usually tell my patients, especially my diabetic patients, I used to tell them, you go home and drink coffee. What? You mean I can have coffee? Yeah, but cut the sugar out. Go home and drink water and coffee. Oh, Dr. Martin, can I have a tea? Why do you want to have tea when you can have a coffee? Tea ain't coffee. Tea don't have 1,000 phytonutrients. Okay, you can have a tea. Jeez. Okay, guys. Anyway. Okay, I just had to answer the question. I just had to answer the question because people ask, Dr. Martin, I hear that coffee is acidic. How can that be good for you? right? People feel guilty sometimes drinking coffee. Don't. Absolutely not. Okay. Guys, we love you dearly, sincerely, and every other early. Okay? We do. Talk to you soon.